Before we get into some specifics, so what is your overall feeling about this session?
You know, it's been a good session, especially as a freshman. The pace has probably been slower than most, and that's helped some of us get their feet on the ground quicker. But I think it's about to change from everybody getting along to everybody really getting after the agendas that we came here for. So from my standpoint, it's conservative and protecting rural values, and from those standpoints. So,
do you think, because there's been a little bit of back and forth, I know, between some groups out there, looking at this legislative session and worrying that this session is not being as fiscally responsible as in the past, and kind of that reputation that the state has had lately for being that model to go to, that, well, maybe we're spending a little bit too much money. Do you see it that way, or do you see it a different way?
No, I think they're right. I think that's what the conservatives down here are doing, is trying to fight that. That's the problem when you give government more money, is they quickly try to want to spend all of it. And and that's why I supported Charles Perry's bill that would have limited growth of government to population and inflation, because I think that's a better cap than the one we have. And we have people today that not only want to go to that cap, but actually want to bust the cap.
Tell us a little bit about HB 1568.
HB 1568 is the domestic partner bill, is where it really started out, and it's broadened a little bit. And it was I initially filed it because Pflugerville ISD, just north of Austin, and now Austin ISD, were looking to offer domestic partner benefits to their employees, and that would be both for same-sex partners as well as heterosexual partners outside of marriage. I saw that as a violation of our Constitution in the state of Texas. The verbiage has been changed somewhat from the original, but now it is even tougher. And it says, if you're going to violate the Constitution and the Attorney General writes an opinion letter, then you will lose your school accreditation and your funding. That bill hopefully will hit the full House floor. It was voted out of the public ed on a straight party vote. Hopefully that will hit the floor. And we will ask, the big question is, do you believe our schools should follow the Constitution? Or do you believe that money should be, or we should violate the Constitution, take money away from kids in the classroom and give it to expanding domestic partner benefits? I think that's a real easy answer to that one.
Well, and the Attorney General has written a non-binding opinion about these benefits. Have you two spoken about this?
We have. General Abbott and I have spoken about this. He was happy to see me file the bill when I originally filed it. This actually gives some teeth to his opinion letter. Mm-hmm. General Abbott's written numerous opinion letters. None of them have been overturned. It's not like he writes one every day that
right.
would really be interpreted. So it's something, and he studied it, I believe, for somewhere around 5 months before he even wrote the letter on his opinion. So I think this is something we definitely need. I think it will get on the floor. I believe it will get out of the House and through the Senate, and we'll see where it goes from here.
You've been making quite a bit of news. One of the hot topics that's been in the legislative session, it was in the last session, and Governor Perry vetoed it, this texting while driving ban that is out there. Is that going to make it to the governor's desk? I know you're a no vote on it, and I think you have some pretty interesting reasons why. Even though you've been affected by texting while driving, correct?
I have. I lost my sister-in-law to an accident on I-35 where somebody else was texting. And, we can pass all the laws we want, but if we don't enforce the ones we have reckless driving laws that we could easily enforce. I just see this as an unenforceable law. It's something that makes people feel good that we passed, but it really doesn't do anything. And I don't care to continue to add to the book of rules if we're not going to follow the ones we currently have.